Hey, this is Tony Schumacher out here at the Lucas Oil Nationals in Brainerd, Minnesota. Throughout the week, we've been taking questions from our Go Army Facebook and Twitter fans and followers. Here are a few. Craig's Hammer asks, have you been in a tank, and if so, how does the raw horsepower compare to your ride? Very different, very different. I've been in them, massive weight, a little slower, but you feel awful safe in those things. You're surrounded by just an amazing amount of technology and years of development. So different though. I gave Nigel Hook, the offshore fountain boat racer, a couple of black eyes driving around. He was up with the tank commander. He was sticking his head through the turret, and I was driving. And tank commander said, "Brake, brake!" When you grab those brakes, boy, I'll tell you, that thing will stop on a dime. And I grabbed it, and Nigel Hook tried to push the tank with his face, and didn't work so well. Veronica L's house asks, hey Sarge, just wondering, what is your favorite moment so far in your racing career? I've wanted to know, how do you and your crew keep your physical and mental focus during each and every race? First of all, probably the run. The two best moments. The run, having to set a world record, having a team capable of doing it, and living that moment. That was incredible. But after my team left and we had to hire a new team, Alan Johnson had won 5 championships with me. My whole team went with him. And having to hire a new team, having to build up from a bunch of guys that had never met into a world-class racing team, and beating Alan Johnson and that team by a few points in '09, man, there may never be a moment like that for me. Obviously, the run was bigger in racing, but for me myself, that was a great moment to. And I always say I feel blessed to have lived that moment. But there's been so many great ones in my career. How do we stay focused? Do what we love. I think the key to life, for whatever job, everyone doesn't want to drive a race car. Everyone doesn't want to work on a race car. The key to life is choosing your job, not getting stuck with it. It's showing up with a determination to go out and win each and every time. Bringing an A game to an A race. We prepare for those moments. We recognize great moments, we prepare for them, and we show up to do battle every time. Great race team. Dennis Gray asks, when the clutch setup is a little too aggressive and it starts to spin the tires, is it more effective to blip the throttle or jab the handbrake and try to get it to hook back up? Matter of opinion. I've always just blipped the throttle and won many races that way. People that try to grab the brake, I just don't believe it works. I believe it takes too much time to realize you're in trouble, pull that brake, have them heat up enough to do anything. At the same time, you got to come off the throttle anyways. You're going to lift the blower off. So blipping that throttle, naturally when that thing starts to spin, you lose the G's. You're 5.5 G's, and you lose those G's, your foot wants to come off it anyways. So I believe that blipping the throttle is a more effective way. Mike Dunn may disagree with you. Mike Booker, my buddy, Bible study teacher, he asks,
you're done there, Tony.
What is your secret in staying calm under high pressure situations? You seem never to be affected by it. We're all affected by it, period. It's how we act under the pressure. The great drivers can respond to the pressure and use the pressure to their advantage. I love those moments. We're a much better race team under pressure. I live for that particular situation and hope I have many of them in the future. I got to say thanks to our Facebook and Twitter fans and followers for those questions, man. If you haven't already, during the Veterans Day weekend this year on November 13th, which will be Pomona, California, the Army racing team will be running a special paint scheme honoring the U.S. soldiers who served during the Vietnam War. If you served during Vietnam or have a loved one who served in that conflict and would like to submit photos to appear on both my dragster and my teammate Ryan Newman's number 39 Chevy, go to www.goarmy.com/yourphotohere. Submit that. We'd love to choose them. Thank you, guys.